Hello, join me in my tour of the Abakuria Holy Mountain. This is a rare visit to the holy mountains of the Abakuria people, the Renchoka Mountains. The Renchoka Mountains consist of ranges of 7 hills that are characterized by numerous sedimentary rocks, with some rocks resembling human beings. Renchoka Mountains are a restricted area, and anyone venturing there must first be cleared and even cleansed. It is alleged that spirits live in the holy mountains, spirits which communicate to the very top echelon of the Council of Elders. The spirits reign from the caves, which are a no-go zone to the public, and all that are not senior most members of the Council of Elders cannot enter there. It is therefore reserved exclusive for the senior most members of the Council of Elders. Some of the revelations and powers that the spirits pass on to the Council of Elders are, but not limited to: 1. Whether or not to circumcise. It is the spirits that decide the Abakuria circumcision calendar. It's not human beings. It is the spirits. 2. It is the spirits that decide when or not to plant. One doesn't just wake up and go and start planting. The spirits must have communicated to the top echelon of the Council of Elders. 3. It is the spirit that decide when or not to go to war. The Abakuria people didn't just go out to war. Most of these wars were between clans. They were basically aligned on cattle raid. And therefore, unless the spirits gave green light to conduct a raid, they would not go for a raid. Basically, to avert death and casualties. 4. It is the spirit that decide the type of sacrifice that should be offered for atonement, for the community atonement. 5. And lastly, what to do to release rain. There are those moments when there was an extended period of drought. Sacrifices had to be offered to God to release, or rather open, the gates of heaven to allow rain to fall on the community. The Abakuria people did not have a government. There was no government in the Abakuria community. There was no individual leader in the Abakuria community. The Abakuria people were governed by a council of elders. There was always a cabinet in each clan. There was a cabinet that was composed of truly old men, all who had been initiated into the Abasubere. Abasubere was a rank. It was a level of senior council of elders, and therefore the Abasubere council of elders took the community along the direction that they should follow. The qualifications for one to join this council of elders were: hi there, please subscribe to this channel to learn more about what hitherto has been kept as a top secret. Keep me on the road for more discoveries by subscribing, and if possible, click the like, click the bell. The qualifications for one to join this top echelon of the Council of Elders were as follows. 1. Must have had at least 3 wives. My big father, what the West would normally call paternal uncle, but to us, the Abakuria people, that is my father. He is either big father or small father, depending on whether he is older than my father or younger than my father. So I can say that my big father had 9 wives and was a very, very revered member of the Council of Elders. For you to qualify to join this group of Council of Elders, you must have made grandchildren. Yani lazima uwe na wajukuu, hata ikiwezekana pia na vitukuu. 3. You must have known a certain level, or you must actually be knowing a certain level of witchcraft. Witchcraft, or being a medicine man, was an added advantage, since this cadre of elders needed special powers to communicate with the spirit world. That is how it was. That is how it is still in some remote rural parts of Korea. Viewer, having been born in the Abakuria village, I grew up in a homestead with 3 grass-thatched huts, at least when I first became aware of my existence and surroundings. I lived and experienced all manner of the Abakuria traditions. We encountered witchcraft. For example, I was vaccinated against witchcraft by having cuts on my hands, on my chest, and even on my back. And some dark powder would be rubbed into the cuts. We all observed taboos and regulations of the Abakuria. And I even had my teeth violently fashioned, being given the Abakuria trademark, a cultural mark done on me by my mother against my will. Once again, viewer, as I conclude, I request you to subscribe to this channel to learn more about what hitherto has been kept as a secret. Keep me on the road for more discoveries. It is by your comment, by your subscribing, that I get encouraged and look for more. Now I am at Renchoka Hills. This is the ancient Abakuria shrine used by the Renchoka subclan. The Abakuria people have various clans, the Bairege, the Barenchoka, the Banyabasi, the Bakira. You are watching one of the very rare episodes. The Renchoka shrines. Sacrifices are offered here. This is where the elders come to seek audience with the ancestral spirits as to whether FGM and general circumcision should be done or not. They just don't do it every year. No. They have come to the shrine, and this is the shrine